Okay, so what I'd like to do for the next few minutes is to outline the Hong Kong PhD fellowship scheme. So before I do that, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm actually the RPG program leader, the Research Postgraduate Degree Program Leader. I'm in the department for about 6 years now. Also online with me is Professor Kathleen Ahrens, who is the Departmental Research Committee Chair, and she will help answer questions after the information session. Just to tell you a little bit about the department, we have a long history. We were established in 1988, and we, in fact, been retitled the Department of English and Communication. However, our mission still continues to be linguistic excellence in professional contexts and interdisciplinary. We're an interdisciplinary department composed of linguistics and communication experts from around the world. We have a very big department comprising 23 academic staff, multiple, in fact, postdoctoral fellows, at least 13 research staff, multiple research students, and at least 15 support staff. We've also been, PolyU has recently been ranked 66th in the QS World Rankings, and PolyU Linguistics has been ranked 51st in linguistics in the QS rankings. So I think that should give you an indication about how prestigious our work is, how renowned our department is. We have multiple research and teaching areas that include language and professional communication, language teaching and learning, linguistics, English language and systemic functional linguistics, media and communication, as well as area studies and intercultural communication. I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about each of these research areas, because if you're formulating a proposal to work with us, it's important to situate yourself in one of these key research areas that the department specializes in. Essentially, if we're talking about language and professional communication, we are interested in studies that have to do with lexicogrammatical, discourse, genre, and pragmatic research in professional contexts, organizational communication, intercultural and professional communication, as well as cultural identities. So if you actually go onto the departmental website and if you look up the research postgraduate program, you will see that there are a number of sub areas within these key research areas, and each one has a list of colleagues who are working in that area. These are the people you want to approach if you're working in an area that is related to them. Any colleague that has an asterisk by their name, as you'll see over here, these are people who are potential supervisors in the upcoming PhD round. So we specialize in areas like healthcare communication, political communication, professional communication, and scholarly communication. Our next research area is linguistics, English language, and systemic functional linguistics. For this area, we feature clinical linguistics, cognitive linguistics, corpus linguistics, sociolinguistics, and systemic functional linguistics. Our third research area is language teaching and learning. So we're interested in things that research that has to do with English as lingua franca, English for specific purposes, second language acquisition, as well as second language writing. We also have media and communication specializations in the department, where we are very interested in any research that engages critical discourse analysis, generally discourse analysis, or public health messaging. And finally, we have area studies in intercultural communication, where we're interested in, for instance, language and migration, or multilingualism and multiculturalism. So again, if you are composing a proposal and if you're interested in submitting an application to the department, we strongly encourage you to contact a member of staff who works in the area that you're proposing. Have a look at their research, have a look at the kind of work they're publishing in, and try to incorporate their work into your proposal so that we know you're interested and can contribute to any of these research areas that the department specializes in. The department also houses two research centers: the Research Center for Professional Communication in English, which essentially is very interested in communication in professional settings. It creates and hosts online specialized corporate, promotes best practices in professional communication, as well as knowledge transfer of applied linguistics research. We also have the International Research Center for the Advancement of Health Communication, which aims to deliver global healthcare communication research, social psychology of language and healthcare communication, and aims to impact the development of healthcare policy, healthcare education, and best practice guidelines. We have some very well recognized, distinguished, and world-renowned experts in the department. We have award-winning teachers and researchers who have received teaching and research excellence awards. Multiple quality research output and publications. So I really do encourage you to have a look at some of the research that colleagues in the department have published. Have a look at their work. All of us have very comprehensive staff profiles that you can look at. You can also find us on Google Scholar and ResearchGate. I'd really want to talk to you now about the key features of the Hong Kong Fellowship Scheme. If you're applying to the department, we encourage you to apply to us through the Hong Kong Fellowship Scheme system. It offers a monthly stipend of $26,900 for 3 years. It's a very generous stipend. In addition, you get annual conference and research-related travel allowances. There are also some additional offers from PolyU, which include tuition waiver scholarships, a 4th-year stipend with the same provision, guaranteed hall accommodation for 2 years. So as Mark was saying, the resources that are offered through the Hong Kong Fellowship Scheme are very generous, and it's a very competitive program. It's a very prestigious program, but it also is worth the effort of submitting an application, because the perks and the benefits that you get with regards to the scheme is helpful in your 3-year study. Several of our recent awardees have gone on to establish themselves in very reputable positions, both in academia as well as in the industries. We have graduates who've gone on to attain lecturer positions, postdoctoral positions, assistant professor positions, and even very prestigious positions in the industry. The requirements for the Hong Kong Fellowship Scheme include an MPhil or a research postgraduate degree with a dissertation as an award requirement, conferred by a recognized university for a 3-year PhD program, or a bachelor's degree with first-class honors or a master's degree conferred by a recognized degree. CC asked during Mark's talk whether we admit students who have not done an MA. In exceptional circumstances, we do, but honestly, an MA helps because it represents your capacity to do research. It shows us that you have research experience, and these are very necessary sort of skills to possess to do a 3-year intensive PhD program. There is also an English proficiency requirement. You must fulfill one of the following English language requirements if your degree is not from a university using English as a medium of instruction. That is an overall score of at least 6.5 in the IELTS testing system, or at least a 550 in the test of English as a foreign language for the paper-based test, or at least an 80 in the internet-based test. All English language test scores are considered valid for 2 years after the date of the test. We're often asked whether you can submit an application if your test scores are still pending. Yes, absolutely, you can still submit your application, but that is, you need to have your test scores provided soon. So you can submit your application if you're still waiting on the test scores, but you can't submit an application if you've not done the test and you need to do the test. So you can always update your application after you've received your test scores. Just some important dates for you. The submission of the initial application to RGC is 1st of September noon. You'll require, once you've submitted your application, you'll obtain an HKPFS reference number. Your submission of the full application to PolyU is also 1st of December, 11:59 p.m. Please submit a full application and pay the application fee via the PolyU e-admission system. There is someone whose speaker is on. Can I please request that you switch off your speaker? If you have any further questions with regards to the program, please contact Ms. Plosa Kwan in the department. All right, if you've got your mic on, please, can you mute yourself? The sound effects, while amusing, are a little bit distracting. Please contact Ms. Plosa Kwan if you have any further questions with regards to the application procedure.